Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
Mooch and whatnot.
And we bungle our way through what ultimately ends up to be a pretty good tasting note.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Okay, we've got two whiskey. Quit playing with the fiddly bits. The camera's on, Rex. He needs a moment. Daniel McCloskey, I'm sorry that we I'm sorry that we just violated your whiskey gift.
Daniel McCloskey, you magnificent bastard.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Tom's Foolery. These are both Ohio whiskeys. Mm-hmm. This is Cleveland, Ohio.
Ohio whiskey.
All there is that I could find about this whiskey, that's the perfect amount of wax.
Huh.
Look at that.
So
That was nice.
yeah, we'll often see in the community just battle scars of people trying to get the wax off.
Wax, yeah. Okay, so this is it also a screw top? Good night.
No, wax and screw.
Oh, it was still kind of adhered because of the hot wax. Okay, it's a false cork. Okay, 3 years, 8 months old. Barrel sommelier. Barrel 260, bottle 191. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is a straight bourbon. They're making it themselves. And they're doing, now, okay, here's what I will say. Tom's Foolery are my kind of nerds, man. I went to their website. Mm-hmm. It's not graphically magnificent, but it's one of the best whiskey websites I've ever visited.
It's ugly but good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't
Which
seen
is like websites I design. It's not actually ugly, but it's it wouldn't win any design awards. But it's the most functional and rewarding whiskey website I've ever perused for a small distillery. Please don't change it. They had a link that said, do you want to see what we've released and you want to see what we have? And they have every single barrel in the whole warehouse on a spreadsheet, numbered with the grain mix and how old it currently is. And then they pull them when they use them to bottle, and they move it to another spreadsheet you can view to see everything they've ever bottled and how they mixed it.
You're describing...
It's amazing.
You're describing the Daniel Whittington of web pages.
Yes, totally.
Which means it's not easy on the eyes, but it has a lot to offer.
That's right. It's like your
totally
friend's
agree
describing
with me.
someone as a great personality. Now, I would say this is,
I'm not getting a ton of sweetness.
No, but, well, I am in the nose.
Sweetness? It's not sweetness. What is this?
No, I am. I'm actually getting like a powdered sugar kind of top of
I'm getting more of just the straight up wood. The oak.
There's something else in there, though.
Yeah, the dusty oak. That's what I'm getting on the nose. And then the tiniest little trace of red apple, maybe. We'll see.
Wow, that's the least tannic, super friendly bourbon.
That is a different thing.
That is really sweet, but it's not cloyingly sugary sweet.
So,
as I should say, as you would expect this to be barrel heavy, it's really not.
We're on different wavelengths right here. All right, I'm going back in. Not sugary sweet. I still get much more barrel on the nose and taste than you are.
There's a weird aftertaste that's kind of floating through there.
Not necessarily cinnamon.
There's the barrel spice. I let it sit in the mouth a little bit more, and it kicked back in.
Yeah.
This is 45. Okay. There's a little metallic note in there, though.
Maybe. Here's the thing. It sounds like I may not necessarily be enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, no, this is a great bourbon.
Yeah, it's really nice. Bourbon, this is not, okay.
That's what's throwing you. If I poured this for you, you wouldn't put it in the bourbon category.
No, I would not.
What category would it be in? I don't know either. It's not rye. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting the pepper, dill, any of the rye heavy notes. It's those orange creamsicles.
Without the sugar.
But, no, for me, at the very end, as a lingering aftertaste, I get that sugary finish of the decorative sugar that has a metallic note to it.
Okay.
Sort of iron-esque.
Right.
Right? Like the taste of blood.
which is what I look for.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from that. I want to come back to this because I feel like
this is a weird adventure, man.
I feel like letting this sit in the glass for a little bit longer would do it a favor.
Right.
And it will let us try the second whiskey.
Honestly, I wish we would have done the top 10 unique bourbons after this. We'll put the link up here.
Yeah, because that's unlike...
Because I totally would have gerrymandered the results to get this in here.
Yeah, it's a classic...
It's a very unique bourbon.
It's a classic bourbon mash and bourbon style, and they're using copper pot stills.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. They're double distilling in copper pot stills.
Okay.
Most bourbons in the U.S. are using column still combos.
Oh.
I wonder if that's contributing. I should say, I don't know if both distillations are copper pot still. I think they are from reading their website. They seem to be pretty serious about the craft and the art and like, we're focusing on this thing, right?
I actually really like that.
And when they first started, they had something like a 50-liter still, which is, not that big. Which is about bigger than the one that we're going to start with, even.
So here's, I've actually...
Anyway, okay, we're coming back to that.
I've damaged my brain. Here's what happened. I willingly told the Whiskey Tribe, the Magnificent Bastards, to pepper me with their dad jokes.
Oh, and now all you can think of is dad jokes?
And there was like 600 dad jokes left in the comments. And now I think I may have broken my brain.
Are you waking up with nightmares?
Well, because I was dangerously close for making a dad joke.
Oh, what was it going to be?
I can't say it on camera, I'll say it to you. This is so good. I'm sorry.
I like that one.
I know you would. And it's I'm sorry, I feel bad. It's just bad. I've been perverted into a dad joke machine.
We're moving on to Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
Now, here's the interesting thing about Columbus, Ohio. Actually, a really cool artist and music scene going on in Columbus, Ohio. When I was living in Fort Wayne in 1998 or 9, we did some shows in Columbus, and I always remember thinking, Columbus is so much cooler.
So far...
Now, here's the weird thing about this one. It's also using spelt, which is a grain.
Okay.
Right? So it's using rye, corn, barley, and spelt.
How many different grains are there? Because I've never even heard of spelt.
Lots.
Really? Okay.
I'm no farmer, Rex.
But lots.
But lots.
All right, so on the nose, this is more lively.
I got a little bit of a latte.
Latte?
A lot of milk-heavy coffee. Now, one reviewer said, this feels more like if a bourbon was pretending to be an Irish whiskey. And I know that's going to sort of now superimpose that thought on our tastes.
No, actually, I would have said that more about the Tom's Foolery.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Tom's Foolery and look for Irish whiskey.
Think Irish whiskey.
You're right. That's it. If I had put this in a lineup of Irish whiskeys,
it would be
I would have been
closer.
fooled because of that shortbread cookie note. Imagine
So
a shortbread.
I was thinking baking spice.
I know, I just went your side. Imagine shortbread biscuit, but you know how you get those ones that are half dipped in icing?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a shortbread biscuit with white icing on one side.
That's it. Tom's Foolery is this lovely middle ground between bourbon and Irish whiskey.
Well, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well done.
Tom's Foolery.
Tom's Foolery's not Tom's fooling around.
I make no claim on that joke at all.
I just made that up just now.
You can have it.
No, not have it. I just made it up myself.
I don't want
from scratch.
Any of the blame. So
okay, coming back to Watershed.
So Watershed, are you sure you didn't get those reviews?
It's a little more barrel heavy.
Are you sure you didn't get those reviews mixed up? Because I could see somebody saying that about the Tom's Foolery.
No, not that. Well, I agree.
Okay.
No, I didn't. But yes, I agree.
Okay.
We should send to whoever reviewed the Watershed a bottle of Tom's Foolery. And like, hey, here's the thing you actually reviewed. You just didn't realize it. No, the Watershed has a little more barrel.
You were spot on, just with the wrong
whiskey.
Yeah, this...
okay, there's a little more bitterness to Watershed.
It tastes a little bit less complex. Not bad.
No, they're both. Here's the thing. Both of these, I would be proud to have my name on either of those whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
They're solid, fantastic craft bourbons.
So Ohio,
and they should be proud.
Ohio can whiskey.
Hell yes, they can. That's 47% too.
Oh, that's
by the way, this is batch 70 for those of you who ever got this.
That's
to know where you're
lively.
at on it.
That's where the liveliness comes in. Skillet. Will Daniel be taught how to open a bottle when he becomes a 4th level sommelier? I just don't want him to be struggling. That's
Notice I opened both of these with no effort. Well, except for that one. Actually, that one took a little bit of effort. But this one I opened with no effort.
as long as he doesn't bring out the knife and just slashing at it, I'm okay. Jeff Sorelli, very informative. This is on our channel.
About what?
I've wanted to find some Scotch whiskeys that I like, but I've struck out time and time again. It all goes back to the first few times I had Macallan. I had the Venerable Classic 12, and then the next evening, same series, the 25. To me, it was just unpleasant iodine. The Macallan? And honestly, I do have a pretty decent palate when it comes to coffee and beer and even other spirits.
Okay.
But in my journey with Scotch whiskey, I struggle to overcome the iodine note, which I do not like. I haven't really explored anything smoked, though. Maybe that's next. American bourbon and whiskey, though, thumbs up.
So here's the thing. The Macallans you tried, they were smoked. And I would be willing to bet.
Man, you say this about Macallan, but to me, Macallan smoke is so...
It is so light. But if you don't like any smoke, then the Macallan's going to show up with iodine from the smoke, the peat notes, right?
The smoky whiskeys I have tried, iodine is, you're right, very often
Yes.
part of that experience.
Now you have two options. Either go into Scotch looking for unpeated Scotches, right? And there won't be any iodine note. Or go full iodine with no holds barred, like jumping into the deep end, and get an actually smoky whiskey,
Right.
like an Isla or an Island. Right?
Then try the Macallan.
Then go back to Macallan and realize it just tastes like a sherry barrel finished whiskey. Now, the other option, C, is that it's not iodine you're tasting, it's malt. You may not like the flavors that malt, a barley, give to a whiskey, which is very possible. So try to find another malt-heavy American whiskey that's definitely not peated.
Right.
If you have the same reaction, then it's not the peat you're reacting to, it's the barley.
Sure. Gin Poplar, how is your stock organized?
And also, Jenny Creekmore asked the same question.
Hi, fellas. Do you organize your bottles in the vault? You always know where specific items are located. Just curious. Thank you.
Now, I feel like we showed this video. Did we ever show an actual video of this?
Yeah, it was back in the day.
But I can never remember it. So, here it is again. I'm not going to show it to you on camera because I don't have another camera.
And whatever.
Can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered.
And that far corner that you can't see is a whole corner of 40, 50 signatories, special edition independent bottlings, and then into Isla whiskeys. Up here on the very top that you can't see is Island whiskeys from Orkney, Mull, Skye, Arran. Down here is Campbelltown moving into Highland, Highland moving into Speyside, Speyside moving into Lowland, and then we're into rye whiskeys right here. We're into blended scotches right here. Bottom shelf that I don't think you can see down here is world whiskeys, Belgium, France, every random. Up here is Canada, top corner. Down here is Irish whiskey moving into bourbon. On the floor, what you can't see is about 200 bottles of shit I don't have room for anymore. But we're building shelves to solve that. In this chunk behind me is backup whiskeys that I have doubles of, and wheat whiskeys. And in the very far corner, we have American whiskeys, American single malts, clear spirits, and more budget blends and craft distilleries. There you go. That's pretty comprehensive.
Sure.
And I think we're done with that.
I have
Which one between these two did you like the best?
Tom's Foolery.
Me too. Let's see what happens between mixing them together. What happens if we get mostly Tom's Foolery with a dash of Watershed?
No, we're going to get more Watershed than Tom's Foolery.
Dude, it really is an Irish whiskey. Jeez.
If you're a bourbon guy and you want to dip a toe into Irish,
start with Tom's Foolery.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming you can get your hands on it. It's a craft distillery in Cleveland, Ohio.
I really like it. I want to do some type of color-coded secret system because I always forget what we tried and liked. where we can look at something on here and know,
be like, I like
oh
that.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. You can just go back and watch all 300 episodes.
Yeah, people rewatch. What are you doing, man?
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for friends.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink,
May you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.